Switch the color, 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 switch the color.
Yo, it's SynXicor back with another What If. And today, we're diving back into what if Bardock was reincarnated as Goku. This video, so it'll be a longer one, I think. Maybe. Hey, maybe Bardock was just solo. You'll just have to stick around and find out. Anyways, let's do a quick recap on the last vid. Where we last left off, Bardock was training with Roman and Beta in the gravity chamber. Beta was training harder than Roman, to surpass her father Raditz in case of his return. Bardock and Roman tried getting to her, but she just wasn't listening. She was determined to get stronger and protect her mother. Before they could truly get to her, two mysterious beings arrived, and Bardock, of course, made it to the scene. That's when he met Beerus, who was looking for the Super Saiyan God. Eventually, Roman gathered the Dragon Balls so they can dash and run what that is. Upon learning they needed extra Saiyans to do the ritual, Whis teleported three familiar Saiyans to the group, Raditz, Nappa, and Vegeta. Of course Vegeta attacked Raditz, though before things could go any further, Beerus stopped it and demanded for them to cooperate and do the ritual. Bardock was chosen, of course. Bardock fought Beerus, forcing him to use way more power than in the original, though he still lost. Beerus spared Earth, and well, here we are, 6 months after Bardock fought Beerus. Frieza's soldiers came to Earth to revive Frieza, and well, they were successful. No one was really paying attention. Bardock and Beta and Roman were trading. Bulma was doing whatever Bulma does, and Tights was with her sister. The Saiyans left Earth immediately after the ritual. They were not staying there. They vowed that they would get stronger with their own strength and not rely on a ritual. They'll be back soon. Anyways, the Frieza soldiers gathered all the Dragon Balls. Mai and the gang were not there, so Frieza and King Cold was brought back. And since both of them were brought back, after hearing Bardock defeated not only Majin Buu and fought Beerus and lived, King Cold was terrified. So 4 months of training? Nah. King Cold and Frieza will be preparing way longer. I'm only doing this because Bardock is just so strong. Not only is he a legendary Super Saiyan, but he has God Ki. And he has a God form. So yeah, they're going to be OP because he's OP. Anyways, back to the story. So, Bardock was training the whole entire time they were training. But, even though Bardock has so much potential, Frieza and King Cold are both mutants of Frost Demons. 4 months of training made Frieza go from Namek Saga to being able to dog on Super Saiyan Blue Goku. So yeah, they're going to be really strong. A year later, the Saiyans will return. Raditz, Nappa, and Vegeta land on Earth. Now confident in their strength after eating so many Tree of Might fruits. Yeah, they had a whole year not only to train, but eat the fruit of the Tree of Might on multiple planets. Just in time, because once their ship landed, Frieza's ship lands as well, not too far away. And once their ship opens, the power that they had could be felt immediately. Frieza and King Cold don't have God Ki, so their power can be felt by everybody, and it was utterly terrifying. Already being in their final form, well, true form, that's right. I know it's kind of speculation that King Cold can or cannot transform to its true form or whatever, because people think that he cannot and can because maybe, I don't know. Anyways, King Cold, true form, is happening. I don't care. Anyways, once they exit the ship, Everyone with a weak will and weak presence faints immediately. Vegeta almost faints. Roman, he's fine. He's strong willed, but he's shaking. Bardock's shaking. The Saiyans are shaking. Like, bro, it's ridiculous. Think about it like this: Frieza trained for 10 years and was able to one-shot Ultra Ego Vegeta and perfected Ultra Instinct Goku or True Ultra Instinct. Yeah. So he did a tenth of that training with a training partner. Come on now. A training partner, might I add, that's stronger than him. Because in this timeline, King Cold was only in his second form and was equal to Final Form Frieza. So Final Form King Cold is monstrous. Though, don't worry, Bardock is also a lot stronger than Goku is in this time in canon. So like, Bardock, King Cold and Frieza might be like impossibly strong right now, but Bardock is also pretty impossibly strong as well. So, but anyways, Raditz, Nappa, and Vegeta are just frozen. They thought they were coming here to face Bardock, finally get their Saiyan pride back or whatever. Anyways, well, mainly Raditz because he's the only one that really fought him. Anyways, now feeling Frieza and King Cold, they felt insignificant. All the training, all the fruits, just for them to come out of nowhere. King Cold and Frieza are supposed to be dead, but no. Here they are, far exceeding their power that they, feel like they earned. Whatever, right? Frieza and King Cold, at this point, don't even need scouters. And they just literally appear right in front of Raditz, Nap, and Vegeta, and literally ask immediately, where is Kakarot? Because remember, they know Bardock as Kakarot. Anyways, all three of them rush at King Cold at their full power. Raditz goes Super Saiyan 2, Nappa goes Super Saiyan 2, and Vegeta goes Super Saiyan 3. Though, don't underestimate their power. They have been training for a whole entire year and also eating fruits that entire year. So they can match pretty well, especially together against King Cold by himself. Frieza was confident in his father's power because he knew King Cold was actually stronger than him. Anyways, King Cold was fighting off all three of the Saiyans while Frieza was off looking for Bardock. And well, he didn't have to look for too long because immediately Frieza was decked in his face by a legendary Super Saiyan Bardock, blindsiding him because he couldn't sense Bardock's power since he had God Ki. So yeah, he was sent flying. Bardock did not let Frieza breathe. He didn't know how Frieza came back, and to be honest, he didn't really care. All he knew was he had to send Frieza right back to hell. So, Bardock just kept on the onslaught, not even letting Frieza breathe 1 second until he was pushed back by a golden power. Frieza yelled out in anger he would not be taken down by that same power ever again, powering up into his golden form. And since he had an entire year to train it, this was his perfected golden form. No stamina drain, none of that. And as if they were in sync, King Cold powered up as well, entering his 5th form, the form that Cooler went into. This power nearly rivaled Golden Frieza, which is shocking because this wasn't even his final form. Those who read Dragon Ball Multiverse, you know where this is going. King Cold starts decimating the Saiyans. First down, Raditz. Second down, Nappa. Vegeta tried fighting, but no. No. Vegeta gets sent down as well. Immediately, Vegeta came out of nowhere, drop kicking King Cold right in his mouth, sending him flying. Vita had an aura made of fire. Hair red, eyes red. She was in Super Saiyan God. Yes. Bardock has been training Vita and Roman. He has God Key, and they trained together for an entire year. Of course, that God Key rubbed off on Vita, and she achieved Super Saiyan God. And well, she dropped his King Cold, sending him flying, and surprisingly, King Cold had to wipe some blood off his lip. He chuckled, looking up at the little Saiyan. Raditz, who was on the floor, yelled at Vita to get out of there now, not knowing she was stronger than Raditz, but that didn't matter. Anyways, of course, Vita did not listen to Raditz of all people, rushing back at King Cold, though King Cold grabbed her by her torso mid-air and began to squeeze, commending Vita for actually making him bleed. Though now he's pissed off, and he began to squeeze harder, slowly making the grip harder and harder. Roman, not too far away, was flying towards King Cold and Vita. He told Vita not to go on by herself, but Vita just couldn't listen. Bardock was still facing Frieza in his legendary Super Saiyan transformation. He was catching up to Frieza, but Frieza was dogging on him. Eventually, Bardock did go his God transformation, and surprisingly, Frieza and him were dead even, both growing in the fight as it went on. However, Bardock was getting distracted, hearing Vita's screams and his son Roman's roar as he flew closer. Then there was a sickening crunch. Roman, Bardock, and Raditz just stared in utter horror. Vita, now lifeless and limp, in King Cold's hand, was tossed aside like trash. Despite his injuries, Raditz roared and made his way to his daughter. Roman, finally getting unfrozen, he made his way to her as well and just stared, while Raditz just roars, cries, and curses himself for not being a father to her. And Bardock? Bardock? While Frieza was attacking Bardock, his punches began to do absolutely nothing. Bardock was just a wall, staring at his lifeless granddaughter. Frieza kept the onslaught going, death beams, punches, kicks, tail whips. Nothing was moving Bardock. His power was climbing at a rapid pace, and in unison, Bardock, Raditz, and Roman power up violently. The earth could not take it. It was trembling. 3 pillars of power pierced the heavens. A green pillar, a blue pillar, and a pillar made of black and red energy. Bardock enters a weird state. Essentially, it looked just like legendary Super Saiyan. However, the hair was a shade darker, his eyes were fully red, and veins covered his entire body. A state I will call Calamity. Roman, he enters Super Saiyan Blue, going Super Saiyan God and going Super Saiyan while inside Super Saiyan God. Well, you know how Super Saiyan Blue. Anyways, Raditz, he enters the form Turles enters in Dragon Ball Heroes. His hair gets longer and you know, Evil Saiyan. Anyways, Bardock, Raditz, and Roman rush King Cold immediately. Just the rush alone sends Frieza flying away from Bardock. King Cold, he just powers up, entering his 6th form. And afterwards, he rushes right at them, meeting them. This form was monstrous, and when Frieza tried joining in the battle, he was one-shotted immediately. killed by a combined blast by Raditz, Roman, and Bardock.